The phrase listen to understand is often attributed to the author and motivational speaker Stephen Covey. And this is something that comes to mind because today I'm going to be talking about curiosity, and we're going to delve into what are the benefits of being curious and explore practical ways to nurture and practice curiosity in our own lives and experience the magical gifts.
The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to Rat Race Reboot. I'm your host, Laura Noel. And as a certified coach and former 27-year military leader, each week I provide bite-sized mindset pivots that will help you reset your mind, reawaken your spirit, and regain your control. So recently I was facilitating a class in an organization. And what I noticed throughout the class is I had somebody who was very, very curious during the class and was asking a lot of questions, had a lot of things to say throughout our few days together. And it was a lot, but I stuck with that person and I listened to understand. And I wasn't in a hurry to move on to the next thing. And I wasn't in a hurry to go anywhere. And at the end of our time together, we did reach our destination at the time and within the time constraints that I had. But some things just were magical in that experience. So this person was asking a lot of questions, and I could feel that they were trying to work things out in their mind and make sense of what I was sharing with the organization. And by the end of our last day together, they had this beautiful aha moment that I don't think otherwise would have been possible had I not just listened and been a sounding board for them and gave them the space, the safe space to ask questions, to freely express themselves, to kind of work things out and make sense of the information. And yes, it might have seemed like it was taking some time. However, the gifts at the end of it were so worth it. So at the end of our time together, this person approached me afterwards and was just sharing their hopes and their dreams and some of their aspirations, staying later than really was required of the session. And I just felt that gift of really connecting with somebody, getting to know them on a deeper level. And I was deeply honored that that person chose to share these things with me. First, that person felt safe enough in that classroom experience to ask as many questions as came to their mind, to work it out and kind of think out loud at times. I felt like that was a tremendous gift, and it showed me that person trusted the space that we co-created together. And it also told me that person was interested in my perspective and wanted to include me in sharing some of their dreams and aspirations. I wasn't in that person's head, so I can't tell you what they were thinking, but the sense I got from the way this person interacted with me was that they felt seen and they felt heard. And as a result, they felt really comfortable sharing. And from that experience, they gained something out of it. And other people around them learned as well. So that's the beauty of recently when I intentionally brought curiosity to an organization and to a group of people I was working with. I think the old version of me would have been so hyper focused on, we got to do this on time, and here's the schedule, and I'm getting out of sync, and how I don't have the answers, and how can I move this forward? But I wasn't in my head, and it felt very liberating and freeing to just be present and be curious. And it really didn't take extra time. We finished on time, and I got a lot out of that as well. A few days ago, I was picking up my dog from doggy daycare, and we take her there once a week to kind of play and socialize with other dogs. And she has a lot of energy. And there's a person who is there every day when I would drop off. And oftentimes she was dealing with some stressors in her life. And so I would hear about those kinds of things. I didn't really know her really, really well. It was just kind of an in and out where I'd drop off my dog, or I would go in the afternoon and pick her up. But a week or so ago, I went to pick up my dog, and she was there, and I'm having my book launch. So I gave her one of my bookmarks, and then she asked me, "Is it really hard to publish a book?" And then I asked, "Well, why are you asking? Are you thinking about publishing a book?" And that just opened up the flow of conversation. I was maybe there 10 minutes, not very long. Normally I'm in a hurry to get in and out. And I just stayed there with her. And she started telling me about her photography. I had no idea that she was a photographer. She started telling me about her children and their educational experiences and what they're moving forward in their lives and doing, and how proud she was of them, and how she recently finished some courses in higher ed with her photography. It's a passion of hers. And she had been thinking about creating a book and doing something with that photography. Her face lit up like you wouldn't believe. And I have never seen her that animated before, ever. And so having that conversation and listening invited me to think about a client who similarly brought in her photography and poetry together to write a beautiful book. And so the next time I go pick up my dog, I'm going to share this client's website and give her some other ideas to think about and some inspiration. She was really interested in that. So I feel really blessed that these individuals were willing to share their deepest dreams and desires with me. And it just kind of exemplifies the power of curiosity and its power to just inspire. It inspired me on both accounts, but inspire others and just create deep and meaningful connections. And after all, in our work, in our lives, when we're so busy and in the rat race and in the grind, this is what Rat Race is all about, is escaping that so we can find those meaningful connections that are already all around us if we just pay attention. But it just helps us live more rich and fulfilling lives. And that's really, when I talk to people, that's what we're all after. So I want to dive into a few benefits, and this is not exhaustive, this list, but just a few benefits of being curious and how you can incorporate curiosity into your life. One is it inspires continuous learning. When we know that we don't know everything, and how can we possibly know everything, it inspires us and opens us up to new opportunities to learn. That curiosity in and of itself, it can fuel a hunger for knowledge. It can have us exploring new horizons, maybe even new hobbies or skills. It can open us up to discovery and expansion. Curiosity is what led me to doing what I'm doing these days and coaching people. I followed my curiosity. I saw what other people were doing. I would ask questions, and that curiosity led me to my purpose. So that's how powerful curiosity can be. Professionally, curiosity can keep us adaptable. It can help us move ahead in our careers. It can help us embrace new technology and really lean in on discovering and improving our expertise in different areas. So another benefit to curiosity and learning to engage it is problem solving and innovation. It compels us to question the status quo and think outside the box, outside of the norm. It ignites our creative spark, our creativity. It can help lead us to innovative solutions and, breakthrough ideas that otherwise we wouldn't have been, tipped off to. It can nurture our problem-solving abilities and overall open the door to new possibilities that, again, possibilities and solutions that are already here, but when we're focused on other things and things that we think we know, our brain can only filter so much. It's how the mechanisms in our brain work. And so when we expand and broaden our focus and we're curious, that can enlighten us to possibilities that have always been there, but we just couldn't see before. And one of the last benefits that I'm just going to talk about today is, I think the most important, is it can help us cultivate collaboration and enhance relationships with ourselves and other people. It breeds active listening, empathy, just a genuine interest in others. And when we listen to understand truly, when we're not listening to have a response, when we're just being present and listening to understand, we're in essence creating deeper connections and we're building trust with people around us. And so when we embrace that curiosity, we can really foster a collaborative environment where diverse perspectives are valued and teamwork really thrives. So how can we embrace curiosity? What if we're like, I'm too busy to be curious? Well, there are some practical ways that we can embrace it and make it a part of our daily lives. And it doesn't have to take extra time for you to do that or extra effort in order to do that. It's just thinking in a different way. And so one is to ask thought-provoking questions. In your curiosity, when a question pops up, ask questions of other people, learn more about them, learn one new thing about your colleague every day and make a game of it. Challenge your assumptions and seek to understand the world around you. Curiosity is ignited when we actively engage with our surroundings and the people around us. And we constantly are inquiring, hey, why? How? Tell me more about that, right? Strategy number 2 is embrace the unknown. We can tend to like certainty, and that keeps our brain comfort, right? But step out of your comfort zone and explore new possibilities, some new experiences, new cultures, new dishes, new hobbies, and by embracing the unknown in some of these fun ways, we'll start to notice that we get more comfortable embracing the unknown in our work and in our relationships. So we invite curiosity to flourish by expanding our horizons and by broadening our experiences and our perspectives. And then strategy number 3 is to practice active listening and practice self-reflection. Be present in our conversations and genuinely listen and seek to understand other people's points of view. When you experience something, I'm queen for, just rushing through an experience, like reaching an accomplishment and not really reflecting on it. And what am I feeling right now? What am I experiencing right now? So reflect on your experiences, the moments where you're taking in beauty, the moments where you might feel frazzled. If you start to reflect on those experiences, you'll gain insights, and that self-awareness will deepen your curiosity, and that will promote personal growth. So those are a few things that you can do to start incorporating more curiosity into your work, into your personal life. And I promise you, when you do those things, your life will be so much richer because of it. So I hope this has been helpful for you today. This is short and sweet. If you want some help and some other tips in, self-reflection and your personal growth journey, and really how to communicate on a deeper level and build trust within teams, I want you to take advantage of our book launch that's happening today, actually. And if you go, I'm going to put the link in the comments. The name of the book is Rat Race Reboot, and it's all about resetting your mind, reawakening your spirit so you can regain your control and get out of the rat race. I am having a promotion for the next 5 days on the Kindle version of this book. And there are all kinds of freebies and goodies that come along with it. And I'm even going to coach you through this book because I don't want the book Rat Race Reboot to become shelf help. I want you to actually use it. So for 12 weeks, a group of us, for those of us who purchased the Kindle version and actually leave a review and let me know that you left a review, I'm going to have a small handful of us get together and week by week sort of have a book club, and I'm going to coach you through Rat Race Reboot so you can really gain some momentum in your life, whatever aspect of your life you want to see improvements in. So if you enjoyed today's episode, also go to ratracereboot.com or whatever platform you listen to your podcast on and leave us a 5-star review. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear how practicing this curiosity has gone for you. So leave your comments there in the notes and I will respond. And thank you so much. Thanks again for listening to today's episode of ratracereboot.com. And remember, everything is created twice. First in your imagination and then in physical form. We'll see you next week.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.